All right, all right. It looks like we are live. Welcome back to the BRI-HIVE. How is everyone doing watching live today? And if you're watching on the replay, how are you doing? For those of you who do not know me, I am Boss Attorney Bri, and here on this channel, we cover celebrity lawsuits, trademark lawsuits, and copyright lawsuits, and really whatever the heck we feel like covering. So, welcome back. Welcome back. I know we took a week off this week because of trial last week, but that's okay. We're back. And a lot of stuff has happened since I have last streamed. It's been a lot going on. Tell me who you guys have been watching over the past week. I know we have Uncivil Law and Emily D. Baker covering the Alec Baldwin. What's his name? Did I put the name wrong? What is his name? His name is Alec Baldwin, right? I completely messed up my intro because I forgot his name. Murdaugh. His name is Alex Murdaugh. I put the complete wrong name in my case because my brain is all over the place. So I'm gonna have to fix that when we get off the live stream. But they have been covering it. I haven't been able to keep up with it because I have had a lot going on. So I'm probably gonna backtrack and watch some of their streams after this, and I see it coming in the chat. I put Alec Baldwin. Who's Alec Baldwin? Why did I? No. Oh, okay. I'm mixing up Alec Baldwin with Alex Murdaugh. Those are not the same people. No, I don't know why I thought they were the same people. Oh my gosh. Okay. Covering stuff I don't even know who I'm talking about. Good stuff, just like me, right? Okay, back into the intro. We have a lot of stuff to cover. We have the Alex Murdaugh case being covered by some of the other lawyers on YouTube. We are not, however, covering that case today. We're actually going to talk a little bit about Alec Baldwin and the charges that he has coming against him. I don't know why I thought that was the same person, but moving on. We also have some other updates on no updates on cases. These are all new cases today. As I was researching for the topic to cover today, it was a lot going on and I couldn't just pick one. So we're going to cover up pretty much all of them. We have Nike suing people as usual. They're starting off 2023 strong with more than 2 lawsuits. We'll be covering 2 of them today. But there were also more as I was looking up extra cases to cover. Then we're going to talk a little bit about Brandy Norwood. She's a singer, and she was sued by, I believe, her housekeeper, and they ultimately agreed on a settlement amount. And so we're going to look a little bit into that, and then also into the attorney's fees that she is going to be owing. And then another person that I am not too familiar with, but I do know is Elvis Presley's daughter. We're going to be looking into a little bit of the controversy going on with her. You guys mentioned that she passed away last time we streamed, so that was about 2 weeks ago, right? And so now her mother is actually challenging the estate, challenging the trust and who should be the executor, because she's saying that the documentation taking her away from being the executor is wrong and should not be enforced. She should be in charge of distributing the trust or being in charge of the trust. And then what else do we have today? And then we have Harry Styles. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him, but he's a singer and he is suing for some infringement that is going on. So we're going to actually take a brief look at the complaint and then also a brief look at the preliminary injunction that he filed. What was that, yesterday? And already have an order for it. So we're going to take a look at that in just a moment. But before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and check out the chat. We got quite a lot of chats already. So welcome into the live stream. It was a good week away, huh? Okay. We have Tanya D saying, hello, Bri and BRI-HIVE. Thanks for hitting the like button on your way in. Yes, thank you. We're just speaking it into existence. If you haven't hit the like button, go ahead and hit the like button. We have Tanya D, a moderator and member of the channel. Welcome back. We have Marianne saying, hey to Tanya D, Bri and BRI-HIVE, dropping an emoji that the members get, saying, hope everyone is having a great evening. Yes, of course, wishing great evenings to everyone. Hello and welcome back, Marianne, a member of the channel and a supporter of other members of the channel. And while I talk about that, we actually are doing the live stream on Saturday. This Saturday, did we pick a time yet? Because I cannot recall a time that we're going to be live streaming. It's going to give the opportunity for all the members of the channel to come onto the live stream and chat with me and maybe even some other people, and we can pick some cases that we can talk about, or we can just talk about whatever the heck you want to talk about. It's going to be a public live stream, but the members will have the opportunity to join the live stream. I am going to be putting more details about that into the members community tab. So if you're just subscribed, you won't be able to see it, but the members, you will be able to see it. Get the link to join. I hope you guys actually get on. I know some people are camera shy, so I hope that you guys join us live on Saturday. Tiny D says, just got off work. Been a long day. I feel you there. Tiny D saying, wait, is that Priscilla in the thumbnail? Yes, so we got Priscilla on the docket today. Nissa saying, hi, hello, welcome back, Nissa. Everyone saying hi. We have Marianne saying, yep, I try not to be judgy, but man, that is some bad plastic surgery. Oh no, I didn't know that's where that comment was going. Yeah, she's not to talk ill of the person that has passed away, but she did not age very well. C. Mileti, I hope I'm saying that right. CM Mileti. Didn't Priscilla get some horrible plastic surgery where they put in cement or something like that in her face? I would hope not. I don't know anything about that, so I'm not gonna speak on it. CM Letty also said, I found what it was, low-grade silicone similar to what used to lubricate auto parts in Argentina. That does not sound like a good thing to be putting in your body at all. Okay, we have Robin Bliss saying, hi there, boss lady. Hello, and welcome to the live stream. Marianne saying to CM Letty, saying, let me put that on my not to-do list. Yes, don't do that. It does not sound safe at all. Kinlan, welcome back to the live stream, saying, hi, Bri. Nice to see you. Hello, nice to see you. We took a week off. We're back. Had trials scheduled, but it didn't go forward. It got continued, so that was fun. But still needed to take the week off. Robin Bliss dropping the Murdaugh. Yeah, I completely mixed these people up. And I don't know if that's, some biases or what. But yes, I mixed up Alec Baldwin and Alex Murdaugh. Alec Baldwin and Alex Murdaugh. Yeah, those are not close names, but close enough, right? Tiny D says, well, that's not much better for the silicone. Everyone corrected me on the name here. Skeezy, welcome back. Another member of the channel saying 2 different Alexes with guns. Yes, maybe that's what it is. And one of them's name is actually Alec with a C, and then the other one is Alex with an X. So yeah, 2 men with guns that are not supposed to have guns. Okay, Nissa Howard said Alex Baldwin was officially charged today. Yep, so we're going to look into that. And Marianne says the rush shooting. Yeah, so I got that part right, but I just mixed up the people and the names. And do they look alike, or am I just, being a little on the edge here? Do they look alike? I don't know. Probably not. Rush shooting, yes. Kinlan says, been watching Emily. Yes, I popped into her live stream today just in the chat, but I didn't comment because I was on a different YouTube channel. I was in this Boss Attorney Bri YouTube channel. So yeah, I watched a little bit of it, but then I had to get back to work. But she's doing amazing. She had a lot of people watching. I also stopped into Kurt's on Uncivil Law as well. Hit the like button for both of them. So if you guys haven't, make sure you do it. They're dedicating their time to cover this for the law nerd. Well, Emily's people are law nerds, but people on the internet that like to cover legal topics, law nerds, right? All right. Tanya D said, oops, dang, autocorrect. Skeezy says, Alec Baldwin is the rush shooter. Alex Murdaugh. See, now I'm really messing their names up. Skeezy said, Alex Murdaugh is in South Carolina. Yes. So I separated the people at this point. Sue saying that rush shooting is Alec Baldwin. I like, who said it earlier? Two people with guns. 2 people with guns that should not be shooting them, right? Tiny D says, I've been watching Emily D. Baker mainly. Okay, we got people supporting the other streamers. Amanda Beach Life says Baldwin is an actor. And Alex Murdaugh is like a lawyer, right? Or something. I don't know. I don't know all the background on them, but we're talking about Baldwin today. Robin Bliss says Natalie Lawyer Chick just did a rewatch of the opening statement in the Alec Murdaugh case, and it was juicy. Okay, yeah, I haven't had like I click on it, and then I'm like, I need to get some work done, and then I click out of it. I cannot watch it for like longer than 5 minutes, so I will want to rewatch it. So I at least know what's going on, and I stop confusing people or confusing myself. Kat says, hello, Bri. Fine with no Murdaugh. Other cases have been put on hold because everyone's focusing on this case. That makes sense. That makes sense. We're not. I don't have time, honestly. We barely made it here today, okay? You saw I posted at like 4 o'clock today because I was all over the place trying to find something to cover. Skisi says, thank you, Robin Bliss. I shall go watch Natalie next. Yeah, Natalie does a good job covering anything she covers. Chris Mullen, another member of the channel, welcome back, saying hi, Bri, and everyone, and dropping some emojis that StreamYard does not allow us to see, but you get them if you're a member of the channel. Welcome back to the live stream. We have Tanya D saying, hey, everyone coming in. Yes, dropping the emojis. Hello, Swanky saying, hey, yo, what up, BRI-HIVE? Welcome back to the live stream. Nice to see you here live today. Marianne Williams, a member of the channel, saying she didn't pass away. Lisa Marie passed away. Oh, did I mess that up too? No, I thought it was his daughter that passed away. Well, that sounds like something else I'm going to need to fix. See what happens when you rush in the middle of the workday trying to get something up? I'll have to fix that. Okay, Skisi says, Bri, I need to see your shirt. I see. Oh, I've worn this on the stream before. It's just a gingerbread man, and he's like, oh, snap. He broke. I think it's cute. I was eating earlier, so I had to change out of my sweater. The oh snap, but no image. Oh, yeah. It's a gingerbread man broken in half. Robin Bliss says, actually, it was the daughter that passed and the mother that is contesting the will. Oh, I did mix up their names. Okay, we'll fix it. No problem. So Priscilla is challenging the estate. Mixing people up. This is what happens when you cover cases and you don't know the people. Hello, Swiggy says, how's everyone? How much did I miss? Not much. We're just checking in with the chat so far. Skisi says, y'all, my typing is going to be horrible tonight. Typos, everything. Had oral surgery. That is okay, because obviously I messed up my own. Well, I guess it's not wrong. It's not wrong because Priscilla is the one challenging the estate. So it still goes, but my idea of it was wrong. It's okay. It's Tuesday after a long weekend. Robin Bliss says the mother, Priscilla Presley, is the one who got bad plastic surgery. Yep. So I just put the wrong person on the screen. Matching birthdays for happiness and hi, Bri. Hello, welcome back to the live stream. Nice to see you again. Lola Waterton saying both are Alexander on the birth certificate. Oh, wow. That is something that I did not know. And obviously, I didn't even know they were two different people. But now we do. Weird Debbie M says hi, everyone. Hello, and welcome to the live stream. Hello, Swanky, talking to Tanya. Let's see. Matching birthdays for happiness saying Alec is guilty by association. We'll see. We'll look into it. We will look into it. Chris Mullen says, yep, Alec Murdaugh is the disbarred lawyer accused of murdering his wife and son and a bunch of other things, right? Like the son that he did X off or allegedly X'd off. He had some type of case against him that Alex Murdaugh allegedly covered up, and a bunch of other stuff going on, and stealing insurance money, and their like nanny fell down the stairs, and they're thinking he had something to do with that as well. Yeah, though he got a lot going on. Disbarred attorney. Cap says AM case is also brutal, to be honest. What is the AM case? You might have to. Oh, Alex Murdaugh. Okay. All right. Put it together, Bri. Okay. Chris says, yep, Lisa Marie is the daughter. Skeezy says, love the shirt. Thank you. I've had this for like 2 years, but I wear it like multiple times a month. I just think it's so cute, and it's a soft shirt. It's a very comfortable shirt. Chris Mullen says, yep, Priscilla is challenging the estate. Yeah. So the title's not wrong. My concept is wrong. Put the wrong person on the thumb. Well, I guess it's not the wrong person on the thumbnail. That's okay. I think my description might be wrong, but that's okay. That's okay. And Lola says, did you decide what you're calling your Thursday lives? No, I did not. I did see some comments from the replay crew, but I only briefly looked at them and then I forgot about them because of trial. So I'm going to have to go back and look at some names that they dropped. And then we could probably vote on it on Saturday. If you guys are going to show up and come hang out with us on Saturday, we could probably come up with that. I'm thinking about 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Is that too early in the day for you guys? Do you prefer the evening streams? Are you busy on Saturdays? Let me know what time would be good for that Saturday stream. And then Chris Mullen says, yep, lots of funds defrauded from clients, trying to get his son Buster back into law school after he cheated, trying to have someone kill him so that his son Buster could inherit the insurance money. Yeah, that's not good. Did he also attempt to... But then he survived. Alex Murdaugh survived his what do you call it? His attempted murder, right? If I'm not mistaken. Okay, Murdaugh. I hope I said Murdaugh. Okay, because we know we have been confused in that. Let's jump into some of the cases, see what's going on. We're gonna do Brandy first because it's a little quick. It's quick to see what she has going on. For those of you who do not know, Brandy was sued by her housekeeper, saying that she didn't pay her appropriate fees, didn't allow her to take appropriate breaks, and all of the things. So let's take a look at what's going on there. It says Brandy ordered to pay ex-housekeeper $32,000 in legal fees weeks after coughing up $45,000 to settle a discrimination lawsuit. So 32 plus 45, that gives us what? $77,000 that she has to pay this lady for not paying her properly. Okay, let's check it out. Brandy was ordered to pay an additional $30,000 to her ex-housekeeper to cover her legal bills weeks after coughing up $45,000 to settle the discrimination lawsuit her employee filed against her. According to court documents obtained by Radar Online, a hearing was held this week in the ex-employee Maria Elizabeth Castaneda lawsuit to determine attorney's fees. All the ads, we're going to skip over that. Go away video. Whew, Google is good with giving you a bunch of ads, right? As we first reported last year, 60-year-old Castaneda, I hope I'm saying that right, sued Brandy, accusing her of firing her after working for her 20 years at the singer's home. She said the entertainer terminated her due to age. In the lawsuit, Castaneda said she was responsible for cleaning Brandy's home in Calabasas, California. She was paid $125 per day for her work, which included cleaning, cooking, and laundry. That's not a lot. Let's assume she was working 8 hours a day. Let's see. 8 hours a day, assuming, because she probably, in my opinion, probably would have worked more than 8 hours a day. That's $15.63. We'll round it up, 63 cents per hour. That just in LA, how much is that? What is LA's minimum wage? But I'm sure it's not that. $15 an hour, basically. I'm going to go with $15 an hour. Okay, let's see. In court, Castaneda said Brandy failed to provide her with proper breaks. Recently, Brandy and Maria reached a settlement where the singer agreed to pay $40,000 to settle the wrongful termination lawsuit, which is still not a lot of money. Her lawyer said Castaneda was not permitted to take an uninterrupted 10-minute rest break in the morning and an uninterrupted 10-minute rest break in the afternoon, nor was she permitted to take an uninterrupted 30-minute meal rest break. And so I don't know if these are federal laws, but at least in California, when you are working for somebody, you have to be able to take breaks. The 10-minute breaks are the short the 10-minute minimum break. Sometimes different employers give you 15 minutes, but the 10-minute breaks are, those are paid. And then the 30-minute break, which will be her lunch hour, which some employers allow you to take 30 minutes, some allow you to take an hour, but those are normally off the clock. So you don't get paid for that lunch break. And what she's basically saying is that she did not get a break. If she was taking her break, maybe she would have been interrupted to do something else. So that is, yeah, she's paying her $15. I'm just going to go with $15 an hour. And she's also not giving her breaks, which wrongful termination and probably not good employment law practices as well. So $40,000 is very, very little. Even plus the attorney's fees cost still very, very little, only $77,000. That's not good. Okay. Let's see. We have in the lawsuit, Castaneda demanded in excess of $250,000 in damages. However, as we first reported, Brandy settled the suit and agreed to pay $40,000. She should have went for the $250,000. A couple of weeks later, after the settlement, Castaneda demanded an additional $87,000 to cover her legal bills. Brandy opposed the request for her legal fees. Her lawyer said the amount was frankly astounding. So she wanted $78,000. The court basically awarded her a little more than half of the attorney's fees, which, again, I think she was probably very shorted with the what was it, $40,000 she won. Okay. And then we have, it says he said the $87,000 demand was excessive, unreasonable, and entirely unsupported. The case was incorrectly pled on the face, poorly litigated, and settled quickly for a mere $40,000. Lapelle's law group has further failed to adequately support any of their requested fees. So they didn't show their hourly fee, probably whatever bills they billed her, and probably a bunch of other stuff. So their claims are unsupported. At the recent hearing, the judge signed off on the request for attorney's fees, but reduced the amount to $31,821.40. The order noted Castaneda asserts that Brandy's star status warrants a boost in the fee award. That's not a good argument. The court is not convinced. Indeed, it may be that an early settlement pegged to the level of Castaneda's wage loss was available early in the case because a celebrity like Brandy would want to end the unflattering lawsuit rapidly to keep out of the public eye. Does not mean she should pay increased fees. Okay, some weird ads there. Okay, that is the end of that. What do you guys think? Did you guys know about that case going on? I had seen it pop up a couple of times and I wanted to cover it, but I just never got around to it. So let me know if you guys had already heard of that case and if you think that is a good amount that she should have gotten. That $15 an hour is not sitting right with me. She's a celebrity and she's been a celebrity since I've been alive. So since I've probably since I've been alive, she's been a celebrity. So $15 an hour seems very, very, very low. I think if I hire someone to clean my house, it's going to be more than $15 an hour. So yeah. Tiny D says, okay, stepping into a Zoom meeting, BRB. Well, we'll see you when you get back. Lola Waterton says, the wound was superficial. Oh, for when he was shot and tried to, he survived his shot. Chris Mullen says, yeah, he survived the attempt. Weird Debbie M says, I am retired. Anytime is good for me unless I'm taking a nap. Okay, that makes sense. Fat Baby Toodle says, ooh, odd. Why did he allegedly off his other son though? That was the same son that had the charges, not the charge. I think the charges got dropped. I think it was that same son that had the boating accident and maybe some things were coming back. I wouldn't know. You might have to dig through some of Emily live streams because she has covered the topic in depth. I just can't remember exactly the order of everything that has happened. Chris Mullen says, wow, $125 per day is nothing. Yeah, and I calculated that at 8 hours a day. She probably worked more than 8 hours a day if we're talking about breakfast, lunch, dinner, laundry, cleaning. Probably more than 8 hours a day. Rebel Jade Fire says, I wonder if she had a benefits package. I could probably certainly, but I'm going to say allegedly say absolutely not. I highly doubt she had any benefits. Chris Mullen says $15 per hour to do all that is nothing. Yeah, I agree with you. Rebel says 125 is nothing in LA. Yeah, you're not surviving on that. Chris Mullen says 40,000 is still nothing. Exactly. That might have been like a year's worth of pay, but to talk about the unpaid breaks, and I've gotten a check for unpaid breaks before. So if this is really true, she's probably entitled to a lot more than that 40,000. But she probably also just needed the money too, which is why she settled. Robin Bliss says that would be fine if she only worked half days. Yeah, if she worked half days cleaning for a celebrity at $30 an hour, keeping her stuff private, like I'm pretty sure she might, I'm not pretty sure, but I would assume she would have like a non-disclosure agreement. She can't say certain things. She has to protect certain information. I would say $30 an hour would be a lot more reasonable than $15 an hour. Hella Swanky is a new member. Welcome to the membership club. Yay, we have a new member, Hella Swanky, always here supporting the channel. We are super happy that you have become a member today. So welcome to the club, and hopefully you join the live stream on Saturday and get on live and give us some of your jokes in person. Give us some of your good statements, your funny statements in person. We'll love to see it. Everybody, welcome Hella Swanky to the membership. All right. Chris Mullen says, yes, the fact that it is so low is astounding. Yeah, it's completely unreasonable, the amount they're paying her. Chris Mullen says, no, I didn't know about this case. Yeah, it will pop up and go away and pop up and go away. Hella Swanky, new member to the channel, saying, Brandy, shaking my head. I'm so disappointed. She has been famous for a long time. She should... I mean, I can't count her pockets though, right? I don't know how much she's making, but $15 an hour for if she's not working 8 hours. But can you guys imagine her not working 8 hours to clean a celebrity's house? I don't know how big her house is, but I don't know. I feel like she should at least be working 8 hours. Chris Mullen says, I'm guessing the judge asked for all the invoices and then worked out the cost from there. Yeah, probably her legal bills, and that's how they paid it from there. Robin Bliss says, I wonder if this was a frivolous suit generated by the lawyers as a cash grab. I don't know about that, because there had to be some type of merit for her to agree to pay the $40,000. Otherwise, they would have just had it dismissed on a failure to state a claim. They said it was poorly planned. So there's probably a couple of different things they could have done to get the case dismissed. Instead of just paying her, she probably was in the wrong to some extent. Hella Swanky says, that's wildly unethical and frankly just out of pocket. I don't know exactly what you're referring to there. Chris Mullen says Paul was the one with the boating accident and he was the one that was murdered. Okay, that's what I thought. It was the same one with the issue. And so my assumption, this is purely speculation, is that maybe that stuff was starting to resurface and he wanted to get it out there. Or maybe he knew something that Alex Murdaugh didn't want to come out along with his wife, and then they got, unfortunately, off. Are you guys leaning more towards he's guilty? Based off of all the stories that are against him, I'm probably leaning more towards he's guilty, but I haven't watched the trial to know if there has been evidence presented to show that he's guilty. But, one mistake, okay, maybe it's a mistake. But when you start having 5, 6, 7 accidents, it starts to look like it's not an accident anymore. So I haven't watched the trial, so don't, take my opinion and run with it. But based off of all the things that are coming out about him, it sounds like he might be on the verge of being guilty. Okay. Robin Bliss says charges were pending for the younger son. Charges dropped because he was dead. Bingo. There we have it. That's what I didn't know if the charges were still going. So yeah, so maybe he thought he was gonna snitch on himself or on his dad, and he didn't want that. Oh, what a father. What a father. Oh, no. That's not okay. That's absolutely not okay. Because you don't want to go to jail. You kill your son, allegedly. That's not right. That's not right. All right. Chris Mullen says, it's horrible to lose your job after 20 years. Sad. Yes. And imagine how hard it would be to find it. And so I think probably where she messed up at was probably the wrongful termination. Unless she said, "Oh, you old lady, I don't need you working for me. You old lady, you're fired." Then she is probably will be hard to show that she got fired because of her age. Or I guess she fired her and then hired a younger person. I don't know. Could be that she doesn't like you anymore after 20 years, or it could be that you're old. So that case was probably a little shaky. But the unpaid breaks and things like that, those probably were a stronger assertion than saying that she was owed. And maybe that's why she paid her off, because she might have realized that, oh, well, maybe she didn't fire me because I was old, but she did improperly give me breaks, or did not give me breaks, or whatever you might say. So maybe that's why. I don't know. I'm just speculating at this point. Okay, let's see. Hello Swinky says, trying to keep up with the Murdaugh family mess is IDE. I don't even have words for it right now. Trying to keep up with the family tree. Yeah, it's a lot going on there. Hello Swanky says, it's actually not a new member. I just needed to update my debit card. Oh, okay. Well, welcome back to the membership. It put you on as a new member. Skisi says 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Saturday may require an avatar because jammies, but that's cool. Okay. Yeah, I don't care. It could be a pajama party. I really don't care. We're just here. We're just here having a great time. Fat Boy Toodles. I don't know why I keep saying Fat Boy Toodles. My brain is all over the place today. Fat Baby Toodles says, oh, okay, that makes sense. The boat accident would probably rack up too much money that Alex didn't have or didn't want to pay for. Still weird he'd off one kid and keep the other. Sorry for the morbidness. Right. And then try to off himself to get the other kid insurance. It's a lot. It's a lot going on. Or maybe he tried to allegedly off himself because people thought that he was the one that killed his wife and his other kids. So he was like, oh, no, I didn't kill him. The same person that killed them also tried to kill me. Oh, but mine just happened to graze my head and not actually puncture my skull. I don't know. It sounds like a lot. It's a lot going on. Okay. Marianne says Google has Brandy net worth listed as 12 million. So paying, what is 120? What is 125? Say, I always try to do lawyer math on screen. Let's say she worked 125 for 5 days a week. 5 days a week, and let's say she worked 50 weeks out of the year. That puts her at $31,000, $31,250 that she's paying her housekeeper, which is like so under budget. Does she have a, I wonder if she had like a, what do you call it? It just completely slipped my mind. A non-disclosure, non-disclosure agreement. I wonder if she had one. For that, you got to pay me at least $50. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know how much housekeepers charge. Hello Swiggy says, I'm finally watching a live, the only time I remember, on a device that allowed me to multitask so I could update, but I finally renewed, so I'm back. Okay, awesome. Nice to have you back. Fat Baby Toodle says, been trying to follow the Murdaugh trial, but it's sometimes pretty dang boring. Yeah, I clicked into it. I forget who was testifying today, but it was like a chubby man, and he was testifying, and yeah, I couldn't watch it for long. And I also had other work to do, so maybe it wasn't that, but I don't know. It was like it says, oh, Brandy not paying her people a living wage is wildly unethical, like she has to know better. But I feel like celebrities do that, and I would not be surprised if this person may, or then this is all speculation, maybe didn't have their papers. All speculation. I don't know if this is true. And then that's why they, pay them a lower wage. That happens a lot. So I don't know. Weird Debbie M says, so far based on the trial, not guilty. Okay. So Debbie has been watching, and you think with the trial evidence, they're not doing a good job. Okay. Chris Mullen says, to be honest, I'm not sure. I can see why the prosecution thinks so, though. So you guys don't think he did it? Or do you just think he's not going to be found guilty with the evidence? Wow, I'm going to have to go back and watch with these opinions. Hella Swanky says, Chris Mullen, hella confusing. Like, I really commend those who are able to keep everything straight and follow the trial. And that's probably a downfall for them too, is that they're probably trying to bring in so much information that it just confuses people. Oh, I want to watch it now. Well, I wanted to watch it anyways, but now I'm like, okay, I gotta do it. Make it a priority. Fat Baby Toodle says, now I'm just confused on what son is which. Though I think the one that he offed is also the one that had the boating accident. Okay. Hella Swanky said, why are we calling it off? Is that morally correct or politically correct? Okay, let's see. Tiny says, I'm back. Welcome back. Let's see. Fat Baby Toodle says, Paul dead / older son? Question. Buster alive? Younger son? Buster is the older son. Fat Baby Toodle says, Swanky. Okay, yes, all the time. Trying to step on the toes or whatever. Let's see. Buster was the older and in law school. Okay. We're going to have to go back and watch. He has so much going on. Okay, I'm not going to be able to do all the chats because we got like several other cases to get into, but let's see if I can find some other stuff here. All right. Let's see. All right. We're going to go to Tanya on this last comment saying, the kid with the gun, my dad walked because the police botched the case. I could see him getting off. Okay, yes. So that happens too. So is it the evidence or is it because he didn't do it? We don't know because we weren't there, but we can speculate. We can speculate and give our opinions, right? All right, let's get into Alec Baldwin, the person who I thought was Alex Murdaugh, and I thought he had another trial coming for him, but it's not the same person. So we are talking about Alec Baldwin, the producer that accidentally shot a person on set. I forget the person's name, which is not very good, but we'll look into it. I think it's Helena. Let's get into it. Let's read the articles and see what they have to say. All right, we have actor Alec Baldwin was criminally charged with involuntary manslaughter on Tuesday in connection with the October 21 accidental shooting of cinematographer Helena Hutchins on the movie set of Rust, according to court documents. So he was charged today. Today, he's officially charged with involuntary manslaughter, which is not first degree. It was what they're calling to be accidental, which I can see how they're going to be able to show it was accidental. So he's probably going to do some type of time because the gun was in his hand. He did shoot it. Should he have known that it could cause death? I don't know, because I don't know how prop guns work, but I think that will be where his case turns on. Is should he have known that it was dangerous to do that? Okay, let's see here. Hannah Gutierrez, I can never say this word, Gutierrez Reed, the armorer in charge of the weapons on the Santa Fe, New Mexico set, has also been charged with involuntary manslaughter. Oh, a lot of people were saying it was between those two. What do you guys think? Do you think she should also? Well, yeah, she should probably know what's going on with the guns on the set, but I know she's probably very upset. But I would assume they would have insurance for this type of stuff because these are things that can happen. So liability as far as criminal, I don't think so, but she had to be aware that something like this could have happened. Baldwin and Gutierrez Reed each faced 2 charges of involuntary manslaughter. Baldwin was practicing a scene on the set of Rust, which he is starring in and producing, when the weapon he was holding fired and fatally struck Hutchins and injured the film's director, Joel Souza. I couldn't imagine, like, that just seems so scary because you weren't expecting it and it just kind of happened. Baldwin acted with reckless disregard and or more than mere negligence in this incident. A special investigator for New Mexico's First Judicial District Attorney's Office wrote in a statement of probable cause filed Tuesday. The reckless deviation from known standards in practice and protocol directly caused the fatal shooting. Baldwin acted with willful disregard of the safety of others and in a manner that endangered other people, and he clearly should have known the danger of his actions, which they're going to have to show. Baldwin handled the weapon in a negligent manner. New Mexico First Judicial District Attorney Mark Carmack Altwies first announced she was charging Baldwin and Gutierrez Reed earlier this month. Both face up to 5 years behind bars if convicted on the more serious charge. After a thorough review of the evidence and the laws of the state of New Mexico, I have determined that there is sufficient evidence to file criminal charges against Alec Baldwin and other members of the Rust film crew. On my watch, no one is above the law and everyone deserves justice. It's 5 years justice, though. I know it's a involuntary manslaughter. He didn't do it on purpose, but 5 years, that's not a lot of time compared to taking someone's life, right? When news first broke of the criminal charges, Luke Nikas, an attorney for Baldwin, told Insider that the decision to bring charges against the actor distorts Helena Hutchins' tragic death and represents a terrible miscarriage of justice. So his attorney thinks he shouldn't. Well, he's his attorney. Of course, he thinks he shouldn't go to jail for it. Mr. Baldwin had no reason to believe there was a live bullet in the gun or anywhere on the movie set. Sounds like he's probably going to point fingers at the armorer. He relied on the professionals with whom he worked, who assured him the gun did not have live rounds. We will fight these charges and we will win. An attorney for Gutierrez Reed said earlier this month that the charges are a result of a very flawed investigation and an inaccurate understanding of the full facts. Well, we're going to see it all in trial. Hannah is and has always been very emotional and sad about the tragic accident, but she did not commit involuntary manslaughter, her lawyer said, adding, "We intend to bring the full truth to light and believe Hannah will be exonerated from any wrongdoing by the jury." All right, let's see. When the impending charges against Baldwin and Gutierrez Reed were first announced, prosecutors said that they cut a plea deal with David Hawes, the film assistant director, who pleaded guilty to negligent use of a deadly weapon. Baldwin faces up to 5 years in jail. We are not going to go over the rest of this, but what do you guys think so far? It's a lot, so we're going to skip the rest of that one. So he's facing up to 5 years. The armorer is also facing up to 5 years, and the assistant director got off on a plea deal, which I am going to assume probably no jail time. Otherwise, they probably would have mentioned that unless I skipped that part, but I don't think I did. And he's probably most likely going to testify against the armorer in exchange for his plea deal. So let me know what you guys think of the case. Involuntary manslaughter. All right. So we have M saying, "I don't understand why rich people skip on wages for personal assistants and cleaners, etc. Like, at least pay them enough so they won't be tempted to tell people where you keep your jewelry." That is true. That's true, right? Chris Mullen says, "Now Alec Baldwin is totally guilty." I don't know if we could say totally, just because they're going to have to show that he was reckless. He had a reckless disregard. And maybe some of that information is going to come from the assistant director, and that he knew the bullets were live because Alex said the bullets were live. I think I did cover this case a little bit in the past, or at least watch somebody else cover it. I can't remember, where the gun had gone off in the past. And that may be where he might be with a reckless disregard in that way. But I don't know if I'm remembering correctly, so don't quote me on that. Tiny says, "Right to Chris." So Celebriel82 says, "Personally, I think that Alex Murdaugh did it. He didn't mean for the son to be there. I think the wife was the target if he did it." That is an interesting take on there. Sharmika, welcome to the live stream, saying, "I believe Alec is guilty." Okay, we got people against Alec, some people for Alec, some people against. Chris Mullen saying to Hella Swanky, "Yes, exactly. I don't envy the jury in Alex Murdaugh." And it's a lot of attention on the case. So Definitely get that. Celebrity 82 says Baldwin's prop gun was a real gun and he definitely should have known better. Okay, more facts that I did not know. I did not realize it was a real gun. Chris Mullen says Alec Baldwin should have checked the gun before he used it, or at least had the assistant armor director or assistant director should have checked it in front of Baldwin, or armor director. I don't remember. Shamika J says they all were negligent in my opinion. And that's the thing. When the case goes forward, more information is going to come out. Their attorneys are going to say, no, they have nothing on us because they don't want to say, see, even their attorney thinks that we're right? Attorney D says, supposedly Alex said he was a gun expert on movie sets or something like that in interviews. That could go against him. Chris Mullen said, you should never point a gun at someone, whether you know it's empty or not. Even if the director told him to, he should have requested her to move away from the line of fire first. I can agree with that. Chris Mullen says, personally, I think the assistant armor director is the most culpable, but apparently he took a plea deal for a lesser charge if he testifies against the other two. Right. He's going to probably not get any jail time. Mountain Princess 207 saying, I'm glad this is going to trial. Let's see the facts. I have my opinions, but I'll see it play out before I voice them. And so they may do a plea deal in the future, but I don't think they're going to want to even offer them a plea deal because this is such a big case and there are so many people in the public. And then we also have the family, of course, that wants the justice for their daughter. So, I don't know if they'll offer them a plea or, accept a plea from them. Marianne Williams says, I think as a producer, not just Baldwin, any producer should be held liable for what happens on their set, which is kind of like an employer-employee kind of vicarious liability situation where if it's a part of the business that you're doing, which it sounds like it was a part of the business, they were using guns on a scene, he could be held vicariously liable through his companies, because I know he did the production through his companies, and then himself personally because he was the one that was negligent. Okay, we have Chris Mullen saying, yes, agreed. I was being snarky. I'll actually be surprised if they can get a conviction, to be honest. Yes. Chris Mullen says, sorry, assistant director. Okay. I was like, I don't know if it's armor director or assistant director. I don't know. So one of these directors. Nissa says Alec Baldwin needs to be held responsible. I think, you know what I think, guys? I think they're going to bring the case, and I think they're going to hold the armor lady. I think they're going to hold her liable because they have to hold someone liable. And I don't think they're going to hold Alec. Even though he was the one holding the gun, I think they're going to find a way to only pin it on the armor lady. And that may be for Alec to testify against her. I don't know, but that would be my assumption in the case. E140 Gal says, I think they will make an example of Alec Baldwin. All his interviews are going to be used in court. Assistant director is testifying for the prosecution. I can see how they can get him, but I think with this being Hollywood, and hopefully I'm wrong, but with this being Hollywood, I feel like they're going to pin it on the armor coordinator lady. Skisi says Alec Baldwin's father was the coach of the high school rifle shooting team. He definitely knew better. Celebrity 82 says that the assistant director plea got 6 months probation with a suspended sentence if he messes up. So 6 months on probation, so no jail time. Chris Mullen says, yes, I suspect they'll go after the armorer in full force. Yes, that's where I'm leaning. I'm not a criminal attorney, so don't take what I say with a grain of salt, but that's where I would think they would go with it. Like, they're going to bring Alec all the way probably towards right before trial and then maybe back out, or they're going to take him to trial and he's going to be found not guilty. That's just my opinion. I don't know. I'm not a criminal attorney either, so, take my word with a grain of salt regarding this, but Hollywood, my assumption is that he's probably not going to do time for this. All right. So let's see what's going on. We can jump into Priscilla. I was going to cover the Nike cases, but they may be a little, we might just breeze over those. And then we'll jump into Harry Styles because that's another infringement case. Let's look at Priscilla challenging the estate for her daughter, Lisa Marie Presley. So I messed that up. All right. So let's see. Share my screen. There we go. All right, we have Priscilla Presley disputes trust of the late Lisa Marie Presley. Isn't Priscilla Presley like the girl that Elvis married when she was like a child? She was a child, right? When he married her. I can't remember the age, but yeah, I think that's right. All right, let's see. Priscilla Presley has filed legal documents disputing who oversees the estate of her late daughter, Lisa Marie Presley. She is suing. All right, we're in Los Angeles. Priscilla Presley has filed legal documents disputing who oversees the estate of her late daughter. And so most of you already know that their daughter, or Lisa Marie Presley, passed away and she had a trust. So she had all of her assets into a trust. And so when someone dies, they name someone to kind of be the distributor of the trust. And what happened here is that allegedly the daughter removed Priscilla from the trust and only put her older sons on the trust. And she thinks that was a mistake or it was not properly executed. And she wants to be one of the people that is in charge of the trust along with her son. So why did her daughter try to remove her, or whoever removed her for her daughter? Why did she do it? We don't know, but we're going to go into some of the argument that she's making as to why it's not valid. Okay, the filing in Los Angeles Superior Court last week disputes the validity of the 2016 amendment to Lisa Marie Presley's living trust that removed Priscilla Presley and a former business manager as trustees and replaced them with Lisa Marie's two oldest children, Riley. I said brothers, but it's her children. Sorry, Riley Coe and Benjamin Coe, if she died or became incapacitated. Benjamin Coe, I don't know if I'm saying this right. Coe, we're going to call him Coe, but I don't know if that's right. Died in 2020. So he can't be the executor because he has passed, or the trustee because he has passed away. A living trust is a form of estate planning that allows a person to control their assets while they're alive, but have them distributed if they die. It served the function of a will if a separate will is not filed, as appears to be the case with Lisa Marie. So she doesn't have a separate will. She probably put all of her property into her trust. So, liability reasons. She could still like live in her house and all of the things, but the owner of the house is actually the trust, or the owner of the bank account is actually the trust. Am I moving around? What's going on? Okay. So that's basically what they're talking about. It's basically like a will where your stuff goes after you pass away, but it's technically owned by the trust while you're alive. So hope that makes sense. Okay. Lisa Marie Presley is a singer and only child of Elvis Presley, died at a California hospital at the age of 54 on January 12th after paramedics answered a 911 call reporting a woman in cardiac arrest. The Los Angeles County coroner is investigating and has not yet given a cause of death. She was laid to rest at her family home in Graceland on January 22nd. Priscilla Presley's court filing says there are several issues that bring the Living Trust Amendment authenticity into doubt. The filing says they include a failure to notify Priscilla Presley of the change as required, a misspelling of Priscilla Presley's name in a document supposedly signed by her daughter, and an atypical signature from Lisa Marie Presley, and a lack of witness or notarization. I asked the judge to declare the amendment invalid. She wants to be the one in charge of this trust. The filing says that the business manager, Barry Siegel, intended to resign, which according to prior terms of the trust would leave Priscilla Presley 77 and Riley Coe 33 as co-trustees. A message seeking A message seeking comment from representatives of Riley Co. was not immediately returned, so they didn't comment on the case. Lisa Marie Presley left 3 surviving children. In addition to Riley Co., her daughter with her first husband, Danny Co., she had 14-year-old twin daughters with her 4th husband, Michael Lockwood. Presley was declared divorced from Lockwood in 2021, but the two were still disputing finances and family court when she died. Priscilla Presley filing is among the first of what are likely to be many legal maneuvers surrounding the estate of Lisa Marie Presley, the only heir to Elvis Presley. It is not clear, however, how much the estate is worth. A lawsuit Lisa Marie Presley filed in 2018 alleging Siegel had mismanaged the trust said that it has been worth in excess of $100 million, but most of that had been depleted. Okay, so she was basically passed down the assets of Elvis Presley and then whatever assets she made while she was alive, and all of that was in the trust. Was suing her manager for saying that he mismanaged it, and Priscilla would like to be the trustee because right now with the amendment, she has been removed as a trustee. This will allow her to distribute the assets to the beneficiaries and kind of control the trust as they move forward. And potentially, like if there's a house in there and the trust does not give the house away, potentially live in the house, do other things. So she wants to be in charge of being the trustee, and it's going to be up to the court to decide. And now they said that there may be a lot of legal maneuvers involved in this, which is probably true. If she left someone out of the trust, or maybe she left Priscilla out of the trust, we don't know. She might be filing something to challenge the trust in addition to challenging the amendment to being the trustee. A bunch of stuff can happen, especially when you're dealing with rich people with a lot of money and a lot of assets. People tend to want to be involved in that. So let's see here. Mariana says, based on the information they have released, the armor noticed something was wrong and did nothing. Also, there were a lot of real bullets all over the place. That's not good. Then that's on the Alec Baldwin case. Okay, Hello Swinky says, everyone heard of familiar with Tyler, the Hollywood attorney. She just covered the Baldwin case as well and revealed a number of things that make me think somebody's going to do real prison time. Well, they're only liable for up to 5 years, so I don't think any of them will be real prison time. But no, I have not seen Tyler, the Hollywood attorney. Might have to look her up. Fat Baby Toodle says that Priscilla was 14 when she married Elvis Presley. That's what or when she got married, she was 14, or when she met him, she was 14. That's wild if it was married at 14. Chris Mullen says, yep, she was really young when they married. Marianne says they met when she was a child, but was of age when married. Okay, yeah, that's what I think it is. I think they married when she was 17. But I don't know what the age of consent was where they got married at that time. But I remember that 14 number ringing a bell as that being when they met. Chris Mullen says your heading works either way. Yeah, the heading works either way. I think my description doesn't work, but it does work out. Fat Baby Toodle says, think she also got her parents' consent to get married. Yeah, parents do that, but are we really okay with that? I'm not. I don't think parents should be consenting to marry children off, but it was a different time. Tammy F says they married when she was 21. Okay, I thought they married when she was 17. Chris Mullen says, I'm sure Lisa Marie had her reasons. But if it wasn't properly executed, unfortunately, it could kind of absolve that, and then Priscilla would be in charge. But I agree with you. If she did try to remove her, and it's a true copy of her trying to remove her, then she probably did do it for a reason. Hella Swinky says to Mariana, yep, and there was a constant lure to speeding things up, stay on budget/time, and there was a paper trail showing they prioritize profit over safety at every step. And I'm assuming that's talking about the Baldwin case. That Baby Toodle says, maybe they got together when she was 14. I remember something about her being 14. He was a lot older, gave me the heebie-jeebies. Yeah, I think they met at 14. Keo. Oh, for the name, I was like, I don't know. I've never seen that name before. Sue Herman says Priscilla is a Scientologist, and I think Lisa Marie wanted to protect the money for her children, which makes sense. Like, the way it works under California law anyways is that, like, if you pass away without a will, the money does not go to your parents, it goes to your children. So it would make sense that she would want her money to go to her children rather than her mom. She probably thought she would outlive her mom too, right? Hello Songy says Elvis estate gotta be heavy. I know he's loaded, shaking my head. But if the manager mismanaged it, then it could, be gone. Even though it's not been that long, it could be gone. Robin Bliss says Elvis cut Priscilla out of his will. Why should she? Oh, Elvis cut Priscilla out of his will. Why should she put her back in? Her children were made the new trustees when they came of age, not an unusual occurrence with trust, and Priscilla should bow out. Exactly. Like I said, if you die without a will, the money goes to your kids, your adult children, and even minor children and put into a trust for them. It doesn't go to your parents until after it goes to, I believe it's your spouse, then your children, and then I think it may go to the parents after that, and then brothers and sisters. Yeah, and then brothers and sisters. So yeah, I agree with you. She should bow out. Fat Baby Tuda says, never mind, she was of age. Marianne says, when Elvis died, he did not have a lot of assets. Priscilla made the money after his death. And then when Lisa Marie turned 30 to 35, she was given control of the trust. That makes sense. You guys know a lot about this stuff. I just get the articles and post it, and then you guys educate me. Robin Bliss says, Graceland makes a lot of money every year in addition to the royalties on his life's works. Makes sense. Eve 150 gal says they met when she was 14 but married at 21. Yeah, that sounds about right to me. Fat Baby Toodles thinks E150. All right. So, yeah, with this case, I don't know. They would definitely have to present evidence as to why they think it was improperly handled. But from what it seems like, if her probate attorneys or her estate planning attorneys didn't properly execute those documents, then Priscilla may have a case. And not only may she have a case in this, she's probably going to try to find other loopholes. She mentioned that it wasn't notarized and it wasn't witnessed, which is necessary for documents like this, especially with an estate this big. So if she is correct by saying that it didn't have the two witnesses, it didn't have the notarization there, it didn't have, what else did she say? Her name being spelled wrong, probably not as important. But as far as it being, let's see, as far as it not being properly notarized, that she could possibly have a case for. So let's get out of there. We're gonna skip Nike for today. Maybe we'll bring Nike back on Thursday. But I do want to get partially through this Harry Styles situation. And we're going to kind of just briefly go over Harry Styles. I was going to look at the complaint and at the complaint and the what is it called? The preliminary injunction. But I think we're just going to do the preliminary injunction. Let me see. That's the complaint. This is the preliminary injunction. Oh, this is they use a lot of the same information. So let me see if they oh, yeah, we'll just read what the court argues. Actually, let's do that. Let's read what the court argues. They're going to use some of his facts anyway. So, Harry Styles, singer, the young people love him. He is suing for some infringement against the partnership and unincorporated associations identified. And they're just a bunch of people that's basically selling Harry Styles merchandise when they're not supposed to be selling it. So we're going to jump into the preliminary and not going to look at the complaint today, but we're going to look at the preliminary injunction, which has a lot of the facts in there and the judge's reasoning for using those facts. So let's go ahead and jump on in there. We have this cause being before the court on plaintiff Harry Styles' motion for entry of preliminary injunction as to defendants number 6 through 140 and 154 through 200. Jeez Louise. 200 people infringing on him? Okay. And this court, having heard the evidence before it, hereby grants plaintiff's motion for entry of preliminary injunction as follows against the defendants identified in Schedule A attached here too, and using the fully interactive e-commerce stores operated under the seller's aliases identified in the schedule. Let's see. The court finds that it has personal jurisdiction over defendants based on plaintiffs' unrebutted assertions that defendants directly target their business activities towards consumers in the United States, including Illinois. Specifically, plaintiff has provided a basis to conclude that defendants have targeted sales to Illinois residents by setting up and operating e-commerce stores and targeting or that target United States consumers using one or more aliases. I'm surprised e-commerce, you're putting yourself out there. Let me see. I don't want to go into personal jurisdiction too much. Let's see. Yeah, I don't want to look at personal jurisdiction. Okay, they go over to look at Harry Styles' trademark. This is his trademark. It covers CDs, audio, all kinds of junk he has under his trademark. Let's see. What else trademark does he have? Is that the only? This can't be the only trademark. They must have left out the numbers for this part of it. Oh, okay. They put the classes at the end. They have it for clothing. Okay, let me go back up. I was like, where are the numbers at? Okay, so they have Harry Styles registered for things like audio, CDs, things like that. Let me see. That all is probably class 9. Okay. And then they have it in class 16 where they're having like pencils, other stationery, game boards, things like that. That's class 16. They have it for clothing, including t-shirts, sleeping garments, all of the things, all types of clothing. They also have it under entertainment services, which is going to include his performances, his live meetings in person, concerts, things like that. Any other services that he provides under entertainment. Let's see. His trademark application. His trademark certificates must be long. Let's see here. They have badges, precious metal, so basically like little pins. They have that, little pins that you put on your shirt probably. People with kindness is also another trademark of his for journals and other printed material. He also has it for tote bags and other things like umbrellas. He also has that same trademark, which is the people with kindness for clothing, t-shirts, hoodies, things like that. And then they also have it for hair accessories and other novelty ornaments. Okay. So they find that those trademarks are accurate and they're belonging to Harry Styles. They go on to say this court further finds that injunctive relief previously granted in the temporary restraining order should remain in place through the pendency of this litigation, and that issuing this preliminary injunction is warranted under the Federal Rule of Civil Procedure number 65. Evidence submitted in support of this motion and in support of plaintiff's previously granted motion for entry of a temporary restraining order establishes that plaintiff has demonstrated a likelihood of success on the merits, that no remedy at law exists, and that plaintiff will suffer irreparable harm. On the prima facie case, because Harry Styles' trademarks are distinctive, Harry Style, I guess, are distinctive marks and are registered with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. Defendants are not licensed or authorized to use any of Harry Styles' trademarks, and defendants use the Harry Styles trademarks is causing likelihood of confusion as to the origin or sponsorship of the plaintiff's products. It goes on to say that the defendants cannot have their affiliates or anyone else use it. They go on to say that they cannot pass it off as if it's coming from plaintiff, and it's saying that they cannot allow other people or themselves to commit any any acts calculated to cause consumers to believe that the defendant's unauthorized use is authorized. And then they go on to plead several other facts of the trademark infringement. And so what is happening here, I don't want to read all of it because it's a lot. It is a lot. All right. A lot of words. Okay. And so the thing that I thought about is when they had to send these out for service, absolutely ridiculous because there's 200 people. These people, the number 1 through 6 or 1 through 5, they are basically allowed to still sell because they weren't, or Harry Styles wasn't able to prove, or maybe didn't ask. I don't know exactly because I didn't read his motion. They weren't able to show that they are infringing or likelihood of infringement or that they can't receive money back, right? And then so they go ahead and cite all of these places. They had to send this summons to all of these people. All of these people. Oh my gosh. 200 different companies. And I can only imagine being the clerk preparing all of this documents to get sent out. Like that's a lot of summons and complaints to send out. A lot of paper wasted unless they were able to send it by email. But a lot of paper wasted. His complaint was at least, how long was the complaint? That is something else. The complaint is 25 pages. So I can, 200 times 20, that's a lot of paper. That's a lot of paper that they had to use to mail it out. Okay. And so basically what the injunctive relief is doing is stopping them from being able to use the trademark. So the Harry Styles trademark, and then what was it, Kind People or something like that is his other trademark. They can no longer sell those items while the litigation is pending, which is good for Harry Styles because he gets a whole bunch of counterfeit items off of the market. And these are probably companies that he probably was not going to be able to recover very much money from because maybe we don't know who they actually are. Maybe the money that they're making is not enough, or we won't be able to trace the money because maybe they're in a different country, and a bunch of other reasons like that. So this is good for them, for Harry Styles. The other people that were not included in this, they could potentially continue to sell, but if and when Harry Styles wins, they will then have to pay him the profits that they received. Okay. Or maybe they weren't included because they stopped selling or something like that. I don't know. But they will, if they are continuing to sell and he was not able to prove or the preliminary injunction to stop them from doing it, they will have to give him the money that they make from selling those items. Okay, let's see where we're at here in the comments. This was a quick live stream, but I'm super tired, so we're not going to be here for 2 hours today. Okay, let's see. Chris Muller says, I know his name, don't know his music though. I don't know his music though. I just know he's popular with the Gen Zers. So I don't know him like that. Tiny D says, random, looking on Etsy and see someone selling designs for Mickey, Minnie, Pokemon, and Care Bears. Well, they better watch out because Disneyland, or not Disneyland, Disney is already hyped this year. They sued that one, what is it, the Sparkle guy? I forgot what it was called. His company. So, I need to check on that case actually. It probably nothing has happened since then, but yeah, Disney will sue you. Pokemon and Care Bears, I don't know how litigious they are, but Mickey, Disney, the mouse, they will come after you. E150 Gal says, didn't Taylor Swift go after people selling fan merch on Etsy and shut them down? I am not all the way familiar with that, but I would not be surprised if she did. You have to protect your trademark. I know she has been involved in several copyright and trademark lawsuits. I can't remember if she actually went after someone on Etsy, though. Most of the time, it's her getting sued. Most of the time, it's Taylor Swift getting sued. So good for her if she sued someone else. Hello, Swinky says the Tanya D, shaking my head. LAHD. Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm not surprised though. Yeah. Etsy, people do what they want because most of them are like small companies. Same thing. These are like Amazon sellers here. Let me go back to it. Where we at? Boom, boom. All right. So let's see what kind of sellers we have here. We have Amazon, a bunch of Amazon sellers, bunch of Amazon. Are they all Amazon? So I don't see any Etsy so far. But yeah, Etsy does it, and I think Amazon is coming onto the track, not the track. My brain is all over the place today, but they're coming onto the scene of also having some infringing products, and they are probably going to be getting a lot of people sued more often now too. Yeah, these are all Amazon. All Amazon people here. And these people are accepted, so they're not subject to the preliminary injunction. And then we also have, oh, here we go. We have eBay and Walmart. Gosh, that was how many people on just Amazon? 100 minus 6 or minus 5, 135 just on Amazon. Then we move into one eBay, and then we have some Walmart stores. Then we have some Wish stores. Wish.com. Okay, so mostly Amazon, and then a couple of other kind of are they considered resale stores? Not resale stores, but you know what I mean, those online stores. I'm so tired. Okay. Fat Baby Toodle says, yeah, I'm not too familiar with Harry's music. LOL, not my genre really. I don't even know what genre it is. I just know he's popular with the kids. Tanya D says, oh my, she also has at least 6 other character products that I'm pretty sure they are trademarked. Shaking my head. People don't care until they until someone sues them. They don't care. And then it's probably not a lot of money anyway, so unless they're like a really popular store. Tanya says she thinks that Taylor did actually sue people on Etsy, which makes sense. Like I said, hopefully she's suing someone instead of somebody suing her this time. Hello Sunky says, sounds like a swift move, not even mad about it. Yeah, I can't be mad at it. As much as Taylor Swift gets sued, she deserves some type of, it's not her, it's you. Jennifer Schufer says, thank you for sharing your knowledge. Thank you for joining live. I've been all over the place today. I don't know if I've shared any knowledge, but thank you for joining us. And this says, Harry Styles was in One Direction. That sounds familiar. I did not listen to One Direction either. So what is he, pop or something? They were on Disney Channel when I think I was probably like in high school when they were on Disney Channel. But I know about One Direction. I don't know many of their songs, but I know about them. Buffy says Taylor did send letters to people on Etsy. Yeah, so you have to protect your trademark. So it's not necessarily mad if you're just sending letters. That's just kind of protecting your rights. But once you do a lawsuit, that's when you're, being a little bit more aggressive. And like I said, Disney, they'll send you some letters, but they're also going to send you that lawsuit when you don't stop. Most people will give you like a couple of weeks to stop infringing and then to sell all of the merchandise. And then if you don't stop by then they're going to sue you and they're going to ask for all the money back too. So it's best if you are infringing and it's like kind of questionable as to whether you can win, it's probably best to just stop, especially when you're dealing with a big company like Disney or Harry Styles, not a big company, but a big artist. So you might want to stop because you don't have the money. I don't have the money to fight them. A lot of people don't have the money to fight them. Just move on and pick a new name. Tiny D says, Harry probably hasn't been to Etsy yet. Hey, I didn't think about that. Maybe there are people on Etsy, but maybe they said, well, 200, maybe they'll hear about it and then they'll stop. But 200 defendants is crazy. E150 gal says, the law clerk had a busy, boring day. This had to be multiple law clerks because we're talking about 200 companies. Are these people all personally served? And 25 pages, that's 5,000 pages, running those printers up, using all the ink and the paper in the company. Oh, they had to send them by email. Because could you imagine putting all of those into envelopes to get sent out? Oh, no. I'm gonna assume that some of these people are like overseas or something. And not to be, yeah, because their names are kind of ringing some Chinese or Asian names. So we have Zong Wali Dongs, we have Sinch On Yemin. Yeah, these are some pretty Asian names. They're probably overseas. A lot of these people are probably overseas. Sheng Jai. Same thing with the Amazon sellers. We have Zhang Zhudian, Zhang Kaidong, Zai Haning. I don't know if I'm saying any of these right. But yeah, these people are probably overseas, so they probably did not need to personally serve them. They probably mailed these all out. They probably mailed them all out. And then they're probably also gonna not respond, and then they'll be in default. So they'll have to stop anyways. So yeah, these people, I would assume they're overseas. All right. Shamika J says, totally off topic. Do you only represent small business owners in California? Asking for a friend who's thinking of starting a business that lives in Florida. Yeah, so I can do like trademarks because that's federal in other states. But as far as like forming LLCs and getting your contracts together, that's better for an attorney that is in the same state as you, because those are state laws that you have to follow. And I'm not licensed to practice in any other state. But if it's federal, I can. Tanya D says, we appreciate you coming on even after a long day. Yeah, it's been a rough day, but I'm happy to be here. This kind of like distresses me very well. Chris Mullen says, sorry, correction, not the naughties it was 2010 or 90s. It was 2010. Chris Mullen says, yes, it was a British brand. Are they British? I didn't know they were British. I just knew they were on Disney Channel. Tiny D says, for the replay crew, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button to support the BRI-HIVE the Bri and BRI-HIVE. The Bri and BRI-HIVE. Bri and BRI-HIVE. Yeah, I forgot to say that throughout the whole stream. If you guys have not already, go ahead and hit the like button and also subscribe if you're not subscribed. We are having a members live stream on Saturday. Still picking the time. Probably we'll put it on Twitter and then in the community tab, and then also announce it on Thursday. And then the people who are members will have the link to join the live stream. We'll talk about some cool cases. We can reminisce. We can make jokes. We're just going to have a good time. The live stream will be public. So if you're not a member and you just want to watch, or you are a member and you just want to watch, you will be able to watch it on Saturday. It's going to be a good time. I think it's going to be a good time. Okay, hello, Spunky Santa, Chris Mullen. Okay, I was like, the naughties, is that code for something? Chris Mullen says, yep, cheap knockoff merchandise from Asia. That's generally where it comes from, not to be mean or anything, but a lot of trademark infringement comes from out of country companies that are mostly based in China and other Asian countries. Just making a quick buck, and it's a lot of money because the US dollar is so much more. I think the US dollar is worth more than whatever the Chinese currency is. I can't think of it right now. Chris says, hi, hello, Swiki. The naughties is the Australians' way to refer to 2000s. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you meant the 90s. I didn't know that. Learn something new every day. Tiny D says, I'm looking forward to it. Yes, the live stream is going to be fun. I think I have to find what topics we're going to talk about and see what you guys heard of. I know Tanya sent me a message on Twitter. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet. I just like briefly saw it before I got on here. So I'll check that out and see if we covered it on Thursday or on Saturday. If you guys have any topics that you want to cover that we haven't covered, make sure just to send it to me. You can DM it to me on Twitter. Instagram, I'm probably gonna ignore it because Instagram just gives me anxiety at this point. I hate being on Instagram. But if you send it on Twitter, I should see it. Comments in YouTube, again, more anxiety. So Twitter DM is probably the best way to get me whatever case you want me to cover, or even adding me on Twitter will probably be the best way to get me to cover whatever you guys want to, or to take a look at whatever you want covered and see if it's something that we can cover. But that is all for the live stream today. I hope to see you on Thursday and on Saturday this week. I hope you guys have a wonderful week until I see you on Thursday and thereafter. And we're last day of the month. So yay. Congrats on getting through the first month of 2023. I will see you guys next month on Thursday to go over some more cases. And thank you for joining me live. I will see you guys